yeah. Ever since it's a COVID-19, everybody does a talk about vaccine. Warm to the vaccine when the pot clean. Operation need vaccine. Me say vaccine, vaccine, vaccine. Warm to the vaccine for the crack fiend. Warm to the vaccine for the vaccine. Afraid them shoot our son when the cops see him. Hey, where the vaccine? One to the vaccine when the pot clean. One to the vaccine from the crime scene. It's a ghetto youth fall up like napkin. We need a vaccine at the ghetto car. Our struggles are no similes and no metaphor. If we get a youth dream, if we get a car, buy a house, try make it out, no get so far. No live so long, we get vaccine. Get up people no want to no vaccine. If it's not a vaccine, we start cream and can live a better life and stop dream. For the youth them way in a jail house, we still no get charged, can't get no bail out. We say vaccine, what for make no see road quarantine. Now we want to do that over. Vaccine, vaccine, vaccine. One to the vaccine for the crack fiend. One to the vaccine for the vaccine. We afraid them shoot our son when the cops see him. Hey, where the vaccine? One to the vaccine when the pot clean. One to the vaccine from the crime scene. Little ghetto youth fall up like napkin. We need a vaccine for real, cause some evil people them be with leaders. Foot power next time for you no ease off. Me no trust Babylon, we need a vaccine. For them stop, deceive the poor and every workplace start. Give people more vaccine, me nah lie, we need the cure. For police stop, kick in with door. We need a vaccine for bust the aisle mill. Fi cut the pipe in, look how long I'll price drop, but JPS I give with some fuckery like Billy Ola who no fake. Go yeah. UPK got the vaccine. Mr. General Yan have the vaccine. General my man have the vaccine. Big Captain Mashak got the vaccine. Hey, Nayatap got the vaccine. Hey, Abada one got the vaccine. Hey, Akaya got the vaccine. Bakawar got the vaccine. Hey. Ever since it's a COVID-19, everybody does a talk about vaccine. One to the vaccine when the pot clean. Operation need vaccine. Me say vaccine. Vaccine.
Second. All right. Hey, Shalom, Lord of Christ, man. What's going on? This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, man. This is the Brotherhood class, Tuesday night. And the class name is Never Trust Thine Enemy. Ever. Right? But we're going to have the class for the people that do still want to do it. All right. We're going to go into Tyrekus Atwood. I know y'all haven't heard of Tyrekus Atwood, so we're going to go into him today. And remember, get your share this class, share the class, get your preset books together. Make sure you're taking in what we're putting down, and just make sure you just, stay focused, all right? So we're going to go ahead and get started, and we'll be right back in a couple seconds, and we're going to go ahead and get the class started. Let me see who's in here. We got Shara Yaquar, Maria Stevenson, Jasmine Wright. Yeah, so shout out to y'all, and share the class. I mean, it don't cost nothing, right? It's real easy. You could do it, and we'd be good to go. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and start the class, and we'll be right back in a couple seconds. All right. Let's get it.
When Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps, and I can't.
No, sorry. All right, man. So yeah, we back. Hey man, where you at, Zod War, man? Zod, were you still at the Grand Canyon? What? Let us know. All right. But you know, big shouts out to everybody, man. We was in Trenton this week, man. This weekend we was in Trenton, New Jersey. The pastor rolled up. He went down the street and turned up his speaker, and they just had a revival down the street. It's just so funny, man. And they just was dancing, two-stepping. And I said, man, this is crazy how, like, you know, every time we go out in the streets and we bring out, like, the real deal about black people, and, like, when we're really serious about, black issues and stuff, somebody always got to come out there and start dancing all the time. It's crazy. But when we did pull up, it was two black cops out there, right? It was two black cops. This is Trenton, New Jersey, by the way. We was two black cops was out there, and they was like throwing people up on the wall. You know what I mean? They was like, "Yo, get up on the wall." Like as soon as we got there, they was like, "All right, you get on the wall." And it was two black cops, and so I went into like police brutality and stuff like that about how a lot of these black cops, they end up acting like their counterparts. You know what I'm saying? They be worse. They you know what I'm saying? Like them black cops be like the old black overseers. They was the worst in slavery. Black overseers, you know what I'm saying? They were worse than the white overseers. You know what I'm saying? And because they felt like they had something to prove. They had to prove to the oppressor that they really hated black people. Like, I really hate black people. Let me show you how much I really hate them. You know what I mean? And as we going through everything, we going, talking real serious to people that's out there, the pastor pulls up and he listens to us for like 2 seconds. He was listening to me for like 2 minutes, and then he went down the street and then cranked up the gospel music, and they were just, him and his wife was over there two-stepping, and we you know what I mean? And then we just ended up we just outlasted them. You know what I mean? We just outlasted them because they was playing songs after song after song after song. They was doing worship. You know how like they get the music going, and the music be like, and they was playing Kirk Franklin too, but you know how to be like, ding, 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 ding. He be like, yeah, glory to God. Somebody give God his praise. I'm like, what is this? A damn, like a soundtrack? Like pastors have like a soundtrack. Like they play the gospel music, then they plays like a long like instrumental. And then they talk over the instrumental, and then the song come back on again, and then it dies back down again, and then they start talking again over the beat. And I'm like, man, this is the same thing that they've been pulling on black people forever. All right. So yeah. So let me see who else we got in here. Hadara, Talia, Yanni, Yasha Allah, Gerald, Jamil, Wright. Now they making brothers put their whole name up there now. Shapara checking in from Louisiana. Yaquatazar checking in from Buffalo. Yeah, Buffalo. Shabar. All right, what's going on, Shabar? Shalom, Lord Christ. Jasmine Wright checking in from Houston, Conroe, Texas. All right, Texas, big as hell. Marie Stevenson, of course, Yaquar, and Shirai Yaquar. All right. And Zakawakayath. Man, that's a hell of a name. All right, no sweat. Put it in the chat what it mean. All right, so we talking about our enemies today, right? We're talking about our enemies today. Yeah, yeah. All right, so we're talking about our enemies today, and the problem is we don't really understand who our enemies are. Now, when we say enemies, we're not talking about, in this particular context, we're not talking about, matter of fact, let me just finish this. We're not talking about our own brothers and sisters that are in the nation of Israel, all right? All right, so, boom. If you look at the thumbnail, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. All right, does anybody got any questions in the room? All right, so everybody got pretty solid on the Bible, huh? All right, no sweat. All right. So Have y'all ever heard of Tyrekus Atwood? Have y'all heard of Tyrekus Atwood? Anybody? All right, Tyrekus Atwood he was a kid who was hunted in Mississippi by a bunch of racist bigots, right? And this actually happened before. And when I heard the story, now it's on TikTok. Now they didn't, of course, bring the story out because that's all they got to do to have a media blackout. Just don't give it no media coverage. Oh, Crystal Purity. Okay. Most High in Christ. That's actually good. It's a good name. Damn, they see brothers getting creative now. We got about 15 Yaiquabs. All right. All right, so boom. All right, so Tyrekus Atwood was from, I'll just show y'all the video. I don't want to get none of the facts wrong, but just want to show y'all what's going on in 2023, all right? In case you didn't know, that's why I'm going to bring some light to the story, because I was just like, wow, when I saw and heard about the story. I heard about the story a little bit on TikTok, which made me go to YouTube, which made me go to Google, and I was able to find a little bit more out about the brother or whatever. And I'm going to show y'all the video real quick, and then we'll go ahead and get started, all right? All right, here we go. All right, so let me just share the feed with y'all. All right, I'm going to mute my mic, and then that way, and then I'm going to go ahead and start it, all right?
Which is the town that is now widely known as the place where Rasheem Carter's remains were found in 2022 while waiting on a ride to safety. Well, now we're fast forwarding a few months later, and there's another young black man who had the same traumatic experience as Rasheem. However, by the grace of God, he was able. Well, now we're fast forwarding a few, now widely known as Mississippi, which is the town that is now widely known as the place where Rasheem Carter's remains. This story takes us to Taylorsville, Mississippi, which is the town that is now widely known as the place where Rasheem Carter's remains were found in 2022 while waiting on a ride to safety. Well, now we're fast forwarding a few months later, and there's another young black man who had the same traumatic experience as Rasheem. However, by the grace of God, he was able to escape and tell his story. What's up, good people, and welcome back to my channel, where we bond over celebrity news, trending topics, and everything in between that we care about. And before we get started, please remember to hit that thumbs up, share, and subscribe to this channel for more. Tyrekus Atwood claimed via his social media post that he was captured, chased, and then hunted like an animal in the same area that Rasheem Carter went missing, where his remains were later found scattered across acres of land. And now Tyrekus' experience of escape is giving the actions of these predators in town more context. Tyrekus claims that he was kidnapped in Laurel, Mississippi from May 29th to May 30th and chased into Taylorsville, Mississippi while being hunted like an animal. In his post, he stated that they took off his boots and then let him run until he couldn't run anymore. Then they attacked him again by biting him on his back and breaking out one of his teeth. He went on to say that the Taylorsville police told him that there was nothing that could be done for him. And if you've been following the Rasheem Carter story, this now sounds very familiar. In describing his traumatic experience, he went on to describe how he literally got hunted like an effing deer. He described how they took him from Laurel, Mississippi to Taylorsville, Mississippi, then allowed him to break out of the truck just to chase him down. He said that the entire time that he was running, they were laughing and enjoying it. And he said it was like they were stalking him and waiting for him to give up. The 5 white men, as Tarikas described, beat him and chased him into the direction that they wanted him to go in. He even described how the JR Food Mart in town did not want to allow his aunt to see the surveillance video, then tried to insult their intelligence by skipping over the actual timestamp footage of the connecting incident as if they weren't caught on video. Tarikas said that when he explained everything to the police, they just replied and said, "What did you do for all of this to happen?" And again, this unfortunately parallels Rasheem Carter's story. And Tarikas thanked his family members who actually put on a search party that was able to rescue him and save him from meeting the same unfortunate fate as Rasheem Carter and those who were taken before him. In his message, Tarikas wrote to his loved ones, "I love y'all because they were finna take my life last night, but y'all prevented that. I'm forever in debt with y'all." He said, "I'm beat up and I'm bruised, but I'm living to see another day, and that's all that matters." And Felicia Kale, who is the aunt of Rasheem Carter, also posted on Facebook in relation to Tarikas' story and said, "My nephew was hunted in those woods like an animal. So many of you Taylorsville people keep saying, that's crazy. Where are the white trucks with the white men? Our town is not like that. Y'all starting this race thing here, and this doesn't happen here. This young man's horrific ordeal definitely lets us know what goes on in y'all town. Him running with no shoes on, being chased by white men. Rasheem work boots were never recovered, nor was his red shirt. Rasheem was definitely chased through the woods with no shoes on. They chased him through the creeks. His pants were wet on the photo. What made these people so comfortable with bringing this young man back to Taylorsville to beat and chase him? This barbaric behavior towards our black man has got to stop." She went on to say, "Please, nobody come under my post talking about what he did or where it started. I do not care. There are no actions that warrant this type of treatment to anyone. Tarikas, you were blessed. Thank God you survived." And as far as Rasheem's story, there's now a $50,000 reward being offered for tips leading to the arrest and conviction of the person or persons responsible for Rasheem's demise, linked in the description area below. And there has been a loud outcry from social media with the added trauma of this story while still having no justice for what happened to Rasheem. And one person tweeted, "Not only do they need to look into these two situations, but I'm urging the FBI to look into all missing persons cases involving black men in that area, especially in recent years." And I honestly could not agree more. And my hope and prayer is that Tarikas' survival and knowledge of their methods and hopefully his ability to identify the predators who hunted him down will lead to unearthing all of the evil deeds that this town has probably been covering up since its inception. So Tarikas closed his message with the words, "I appreciate everyone that showed concern and checked in on me. But y'all be careful. I never thought it could be me, but I was proven wrong." And I definitely want to echo that to myself and all of you who are listening and your loved ones, etc. Please spread the word on this story and what is really happening out here. I truly believe that there is a war out here on black people. There has been, but it's revved up. It's revved up again. And so please be mindful. Please be safe out there. Please spread the word so that no one is in the dark. This particular story is still developing, and I will definitely continue to follow this one and many more. So please like and share.
Okay, so now he said, please spread the word. Now we out here spreading the word every week, and all we get is, y'all are racist. Why don't you just go? Yeah, the old lady with the big old hat. Oh, when she said, this old lady came past the camp one time and was like, why don't y'all just shut up? You know what I'm saying? Like, we out here trying to spread the word because we're serious about our lives and being safe, and then we get our own people that come up against it. And then stuff like this has to happen to just recalibrate your mind, just to let you know that we haven't got anywhere. But then you know what? Black people never learn. Black people never learn. You know what? I was looking up Joe Biden's approval rating. And Joe Biden's approval rating is still up high. You know what's now out of all the groups, the ethnic racial groups that his approval rating declined in, right? Which one do you think lasted like the most? Like as far as, you know, like it dropped to a certain percentage, like the Hispanics, their approval rating of Joe Biden went down. And the whites, their approval rating of Joe Biden went down. Who you think went down the least? Just take a wild guess. Black people, of course it is. Of course it is. Of course, we just gotta hang on. And then you know what they asked this black lady, they said, what do you think about Joe Biden's approval rating? She said, well, you know, he pretty much, you know, hit on everything that he said he was gonna do. It's just, there is a large number of black people that is going to vote for him in 2024, like we said in 2020 when he got elected. You know what I mean? What was it, 21? Yeah, 2021 when he got elected. We knew, and here in the ISUPK, we understand who our enemies are. We don't trust our enemies. But for some reason, we keep on trying to do it. And this is why this happened to this brother, Tyrekus Atwood, because there was nobody that this brother could go to that could teach him, hey, this is who your enemies are. You know what I'm saying? You got to be aware of your surroundings when you're down in Mississippi. You got to get with the Mississippi camp. You know what I mean? You got to get up with Officer Tazadakia. You know what I'm saying? You got to get up with those brothers if you want to be safe out here. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be, thinking that, I'm here in Mississippi and, they don't seem like they're racist. They abducted this brother. And the other brother, they abducted him too. You know what I mean? It was the same similar case that just happened. They abducted him, but his body parts were found, his bones and everything was found scattered all over the forest. And if y'all remember anything about movies, right? What movie does that remind y'all of? I'll give you a hint. It's a movie with Ice-T. It came out back in the 90s. Surviving the Game. It was a movie called Surviving the Game, and they had Ice-T was the main character, and they had him thinking that he was about to get a job. And his job was, he was about to be like a tour guide, like a guy who, takes people through the woods or whatever. And when they got him out there, when he woke up in the morning, they had him drunk. Did you ever see the movie, sis? Oh, man, you don't know what you're missing. A great movie by Ice-T. But they took him out there. He was homeless, and they took him out there and they said, hey, we want to give you a good job. It was Charles S. Dutton, Charles Dutton, Rock. He was like, hey man, you need a job, I'll give you a job and everything. And he was like, okay, he was like, the job pays this, blah blah blah. He's like, well, I don't have any experience with anything in the wilderness or anything like that. He was like, nah, it ain't nothing. It's just a few people that go out and we just go out and we enjoy the wilderness, blah blah blah. So he's like, okay, I'll do it. So he goes, get them all cleaned up and everything. They fly out to the cabin that's in the middle of nowhere. They get them drunk. They have a nice night, food, everything like that. In the morning, when the crack of dawn, he wakes him up by pushing the gun in his face. He pushed the gun in his face and he's like, wake up. Wake up, nigga. And he's like, and he wakes up, he's like, yo, what's going on? What's up? What's up? And he's like, get up. You know what I'm saying? And then they basically, started shooting at him and told him run. And he said, and he told him the rules. He said, you have as much lead as it takes for us to eat a nice leisurely breakfast. And he's like, and he couldn't really believe it, like what was going on. And then they started shooting at his feet. So then he took off running. So they sat down, they had their breakfast, and then they got up and they started hunting them. And this is apparently what they do. And this is the same scenario that we have here. These are white people that are going and abducting black boys. And they're taking them, and black men too, of course, as well. But they're taking them into Mississippi, into the woods, and they're hunting them down. And they're using it just like they would hunt like a boar, or they would go, deer hunting. And it's a bunch of Edomites that are going out and they're chasing down black people through the woods. And a lot of black people don't get away. This dude, Tyrekus Atwood, was the anomaly because he actually got away, because the way they were leading him, did you hear what he said when he said the way that they were leading him, he felt that they were leading him to a certain area. And that area is probably like the open woods, like where it's like, you know, they chase you, make you run this way and keep trying to get you to run this way. So you're running further away from, you know, the help that you could get from anybody. And he had enough smarts to say, you know what, it seems like they're trying to run me this way. Let me just cut and go back this way. And just like in the movie, it was the same thing that happened in the movie. In the movie, they knew the way that Ice-T would run. So when they went looking for him, they was like, these guys, these guys always start out the same way. That's what they said in the movie. They said these guys, they always start out the same way. And so he realized that, and he went and let me get it right, get the camera right. He went and he ran a separate way, and that's why they wasn't able to really do nothing with him, because he was actually thinking ahead of them. Yeah, excellent movie. All right, let me get that scripture you was holding. It's called Surviving the Game. Maria Stevenson. It's called Surviving the Game. It's by I don't know. I think Charles S. Dutton was one of the executive producers of it, but he was a sellout nigga. He was because everybody else was white. Everybody else was white. It was one black dude, huh? He was the only black dude, and he was like, and his name was Cole. His name was Cole. He was the black guy who brought the other black guy out there with the white people.
They sent him out to get the other black people.
Yeah, and this is very oddly similar to this movie. You know what I mean? Because it's like they're actually going out, and I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's some damn group of Esau. I'm gonna say that a group of Esau who are hunters, and they're tired of hunting deer. They're tired of hunting deer. They're tired of hunting pigs. They're tired of doing that. So they like, well, how can we get a little bit more excitement out of this? And the best way to do it, because of course nobody cares about black people, so we'll go out and we'll abduct somebody, throw them in the car, bring them out here, and we'll go ahead and hunt them down, and be able to have bragging rights at the end.
Well, one thing that we can't forget about is like how animalistic Esau is. Like for him to beat him up and stuff, but remember he said they was biting him on his back. Like that's like weird. You know, that's not normal everyday behavior. Even for somebody who hunts every day, you don't just bite the damn pig on the back. You know what I'm saying? You don't bite the deer on his back. You know what I'm saying? And so that just notes that to Esau's mind how he thinks.
Yeah. Let me get that scripture, man.
Khan, sir.
Whenever you're ready.
Book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help.
Right. What's the vain help? What's the vain help? What's the vain help that our eyes fail for? Anybody know? Nobody knows.
I give it a shot.
Go ahead.
Our leaders.
Yeah. Our vain help. Like our not necessarily our leaders, but their leaders. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing that we that's our vain help, like help that doesn't mean anything. We're looking for the oppressor to save us. We've been looking for them to save us forever. That's all that's could you tell them to can you close the door?
I'll take it away. But you know what's beyond me? Like it's beyond me. How is the oppressor going to save us from the oppressor? Like that makes absolutely no sense. None.
Absolutely no sense. And this is what we keep on trying to do. Oh my God, man, it's just so horrible, man. It keeps taking me back to camp on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? In Trenton. It takes us back. It keeps taking me back. Like that pastor was still down there trying to say, and you know what he was saying? He said, them down there in the ISUPK, they don't believe that God loves everybody. But in the Bible, God loves everybody. That's what he kept saying. Yeah, he said them ISUPK dudes down the street, they don't believe that God loves everybody. But God's love shines on everybody. And I'm like, And then, it was him and his wife and people down the street like, yeah. And I'm just like, look at this, man. Like every single time, it's like, and then you know what it made me. Matter of fact, go ahead and read that, and then give me that one. I want the hypocrites, the shut up the kingdom. You know what I'm talking about? The woe ye scribes and Pharisees.
Matthew 23.
Yeah, 23. Matthew 23. But go ahead and finish that one.
Book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help. And our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
We keep doing that. When are we gonna wake up? It's 2023, and we already more than halfway past the year, and we ain't got that much time left in the year, and already we're already starting the year off bad. We already about to start the next year off bad. And it doesn't change because we don't change. We have to change our mindset and have critical thinking.
Damn right.
The presence of mind. I remember Captain Ariel was saying that the other day. You know what I mean? We got to have the presence of mind. I had got that out of that book, bro. The presence of mind. You have to have that. Like the ability to make rational decisions based off of the reality that you live in. And for some reason, we just can't seem to live in reality. In psych books, they say a normal person in the psych world, a normal person has an efficient perception on reality, and the abnormal person does not. That's in General Psychology by Atkinson and Atkinson. The first edition. And it literally says what a normal person is. And we're not normal people. We're abnormal people, according to the psychiatric, you know what I mean? The psychiatric book says that we don't have an efficient perception of reality. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pull that other scripture with Christ. Y'all know which one I'm talking about. When Christ said that we can look at the sky and see. Matter of fact, I'm gonna but keep reading. I'm gonna pull that scripture. But go ahead.
Okay, verse 18. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled. For our end is come.
Right. It's because every time we have no assurance of anything, it's always around the damn corner. Right. So every time we try to make ourselves feel like it's nothing going on, this type of stuff happens with Tyrekus Atwood. You know what I mean? This young brother is traumatized by the oppressor. And, and now he probably, won't ever probably do anything. He's probably like shook. And he probably, got all kinds of mental things that's going on with him. Now he probably won't ever go out. They probably going to move out of Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? But if this brother had real leadership that was around him, that could have showed him the right way to go, could have showed him that, hey, this is your enemy. And, and they're always your enemy, even if they're nice. I know a lot of people out there, you probably think, well, I got some people at my job that's just not bad. Right? And okay, I get that, right? I got a lady at my job. Her name is Diane. What is her name? Deanna, right? Deanna. Her name is Deanna. Deanna always makes sure my check is right. Deanna, sometimes I might not have my paperwork right, and Deanna might just go ahead and do it for me. Deanna would be like, hey, you need more pants? You need boots? You need, she's the assistant manager of the plant. She might say, hey, you go ahead and get that drill set. It's $400. Go ahead and get the drill set. Go ahead, do whatever you want, right? Never give me a problem ever. But she's still the devil. Right. You get my point? Like, even though I go to work, I go to work, I walk up the steps in the morning, they be like, hey, big guy. And they throw up the fist, right? They give me, they don't give a pound like, what up, man? You know what I mean? Like, I might see bro or something like that. Matazzi probably be like, yo, what up, man? Or Matazzi, y'all like, what's going on? And then, because it got some flavor behind it, you like, yeah, what's going on? You know what I mean? But they be like, hey, man. They throw it up there like that, and then I just be like, all right, what's up, man? Hey, yeah, they be like, booyah. I just be like, what's up, man? You know what I mean? Hey, good morning, man. How was your weekend? And I say, it was cool. I was on the corner saying that the white man was the devil. That's what the hell I was doing this weekend. But, they say, hey, how was your weekend? I was like, it's cool, man. All right, man. They throw that up there. I just be like, oh, man. Sometimes I leave them hanging. They be like, come on, man. Bring it in. I be like, all right, man. But you get my point, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, but even when they're like that, they're cheery. Sometimes they, don't show you, give you any problems. They're still the devil that the Bible speaks of. And until you understand that, you're going to always be in a messed up position. All right. You could drop that. What was that other one I wanted? Matthew 23. Yeah, Matthew 23. We're gonna talk about that stinking pastor. I think the brother had a question about Obadiah 1:18. Could you check that one out, Matazapah? He wanted to know, does that mean the nation of Israel will be burned alive? Esau, yeah. The nation of Esau will be burned alive. This is Obadiah 1:18. I think the brother had a question on. But go ahead, keep going, Mataji, once you get it. No sweat, take your time.
Common concert. Which one did you say you called? The one about the
woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees.
Common.
These damn pastors, man. Oh my God, man. Like, we gotta really see. Like, when are we ever gonna really see it? That's why I want Donald Trump to get in office. I want Donald. I'll take Donald Trump. I'll take DeSantis. I'll take a Klan leader.
Damn.
I'll take anybody to be the president over Joe Biden. Give me somebody good and racist. Somebody that just hates, hates niggas. That's what I want. I want somebody, because it doesn't change unless it's like absolutely like in our face. One thing, right? I was reading a book called it was written by Gunnar Myrdal, right? It wasn't The American Dilemma, the Negro Problem in Modern Democracy, but it was another book. And what Gunnar Myrdal said was that Black people ideologically sway to whoever's in office. So if the Democrats are in office, then we're about diversity and coming together and inclusion, right? But when the Republicans are in office, we're about separation and buying black and black business and all that kind of stuff. And it just goes, it's like we're reactionary. We're a reactionary people, which is horrible. You know what I'm saying? Because why would you be a type of people that wants to be a people that only responds if somebody, they call that, what they call that, Matazapah, where you're not proactive, you're
reactive.
Yeah, reactive. We're not proactive at all. We're just waiting until you do something to us, and then we'll go and say something about it. Yeah, we'll just say something afterwards. Okay. Oh, somebody killed a black person. Hey, stop killing black people. Nothing else happening? All right. It's been about 6 months. Nothing else happening. Okay, we cool now. Everybody can go back to, and we all good. And then, the cops killed somebody else. Oh, man, the cops killed somebody. We got to do something about it. Then here come Ben Crump. You know what I'm saying? Ben Crump. You know your case is going to lose when Ben Crump get up there. As soon as you get Ben Crump, you just lost.
That's crazy.
And they don't be respecting Ben Crump. They be kicking him. They be putting him out the courtroom. they make him sit outside the courtroom while the case is going on. You know what I mean? Ben Crump just got he just got a big mouth. You know what I mean? He has the connections to get a good press release. You know what I'm saying? But of course, he's going to look through the particulars of the case to see if it has certain things that jump out at you that could play on the sympathy of white people. That's really all it is. It's not about whether it plays on the sympathy of black people, because he could care less about any of that. He's just looking at, okay, how can we appeal to white people? And they look at this and say, this is bad. So it's certain things that, you know, automatically come with the case, like the George Floyd thing. It was like absolutely unequivocally obvious that that cop was wrong. And that's the only reason why the cop even went to jail. Period. If it would have been if that person would have not been filming, he would have not went to jail. It's the same thing with Amber Geiger. Remember that? And it was just so crazy. She went to the wrong house, said I went into the wrong house and shot both of John. You know what I mean? It's like so obvious that it's like you got to charge her, right? She was saying that she didn't know it was the wrong house. Like how many people have went home and went into the wrong crib? And even if you went, look, and even if you thought that was your crib, right? Even if you thought that was your crib, when you open up the door, that ain't your furniture.
Right.
You know damn well your furniture don't got no polka dots on it. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
And then when the person you see say, "What the hell are you doing in here?"
Yeah. She's like, "No, get out of my house." No, she just was like, you know what it was? He was there like, "Yo, get up out of my house," and she pulled a gun out and shot him. And she came up with the whole thing. Oh, because she said she was scared because he was black. Go ahead.
For real, like our houses don't even smell like their houses. Mm-hmm. So as soon as she walked in, like you didn't smell that wasn't your house.
Yeah, you smell. It is a Haitian's house. A Haitian.
Right.
You know damn well you smell that black rice, that black rice, and that damn curry.
Right.
You smelled it. You know what it was. You smelled that pork. Hey, bro, you know how it get in the curtains. You know damn well that wasn't your house. Right. But because he was like, "Yo, man, get out of my crib," she backed out and shot him. And then her only defense was, "Well, I didn't know it was my house. I didn't know it wasn't my house." Come on, man. And and then his brother even did the most unthinkable thing that he could ever do to desecrate his brother's grave. He went up and hugged the lady who killed your brother and said, "I forgive you." You forgave her at the damn trial. She didn't even get convicted yet. You already forgave her. Damn. We don't know who our enemies are.
Right.
Go ahead. Let's go into these passages real quick. Let's talk about. Did you ever see that? Was that Obadiah 118? Was that about burning Esau?
No, it's a metaphor because if Israel is the fire, it's like
how they're going to destroy him.
Yeah, it's a metaphor for Israel
destroying Esau. Okay, yeah. So Obadiah 118 is a metaphor for Israel destroying Esau, the mountain of Esau. Go ahead.
Come. Book of Matthew, chapter 23, verse 13. But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees.
Right, destruction to them, right? Keep going.
Hypocrites.
That's right. These church folks is hypocrites, man. This is why Tyrekus Atwood got taken. He got taken because of the church. That's why both of them, John got shot because of the church. You know what I'm saying? Everything that happens to black people when it pertains to race or politics or anything like that, it's because of the church. The church has led black people, you know, for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't change. It won't the outcome of that won't ever change until the right people get over top of the people. All right, keep going.
For ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men.
Mm-hmm. That's what what's his name upstairs? Talbert. That's what he's doing. These old people walking past the school looking at the door every day. Before they get on the damn elevator, they look at the door with the 12 tribes of Israel on there, probably wondering what the hell is that? What the hell is that? And you know what he say? Oh, you know, don't. They hate white people. Don't even pay. Right. Don't even look over there.
Right.
That's all you gotta do is say.
Yeah.
They hate white people. It's like, oh, they hate white people.
And you know what it is? We've been bred into like cur dogs. Y'all know what a cur dog is? They call them down south. They call them a shit eater. You ever heard of that? A dog that eats his own shit. Like he's a dog that is just a punk. He's a dog that's a punk. You know, like that. Like that's what we've been bred into. We've been bred into cur dogs. You know what I'm talking about? We ain't not full bred. What? We ain't full-blooded pits. We trying to get back to that, but you know, we cur dogs, man. Your tail in between your legs, and you just don't know. You know, you just don't want to fight. You know, soon as any fight comes, we tuck our tail and we go ahead and run. You know, but thanks be to, you know, every time I look at Commander John Yohana in a video or whatever, I just sit back and I just thank the Lord that this man actually woke me up to the truth. So I didn't have to be a cur anymore. Damn, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I got bred back into being a lion again. You know what I'm saying? We can get back. We was able to get back to being wolves and lions and wild animals. I mean, look at our beards ain't shaped up. Beards ain't shaped up. You going to work looking crazy. Yeah, like, you know what I mean. You look. Oh yeah, you know what I mean. We didn't got bred back into wild animals, wild dogs. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we should be. But you know what the church is trying to do? The church is trying to keep us like those same cur dogs that turn around and eat his own, you know, his own poop. You know what I mean? That's what they're trying to get us back to, right? So keep going.
Book of Matthew, chapter 23, verse 13. For ye neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in.
Right, because they don't even suffer those brothers that is trying to learn the truth. Those brothers that is trying to get the kingdom of heaven. They don't suffer them. They could care less if you get the truth or not. But what they do want to do is maintain the status quo. And the status quo is that the oppressor is the boss. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't even say that no more. Like, you know, people be like, yeah, my boss let me off from work today. My boss said that I could, you know, leave early. My boss said that I could go on vacation. I don't even say that, man. I don't even say boss. I say my taskmaster. Or I'll be like, yeah, my supervisor, you know, something like that. But like, my boss said that I could have the rest of the day off. My boss? Boss? All right, no sweat. Hold on. Let me see. What was the brother on it? Let me see.
That's the one where brother died when I fell with him. Son.
What was that? What was that? What was that you talking about?
Deuteronomy 25:5.
Oh, Deuteronomy. I thought it was Matthew. Deuter. All right, let me see something real quick. I'm trying to stay on topic here. All right? You want to do it? He's beaten. Damn. But what is the question? What is the question on it? Yeah. Yeah, it's about judgment. It says if there be a controversy between men and they come into judgment, so it's something going on between two brothers, right? Go ahead, Mutazabah. 25 and...
Up above that, I believe that's what they're talking about. But 25 and 5 is just...
Oh, about the law of a brother? That's all it is. This is the law of a brother. So if your brother die and you know and his wife and he has a wife or whatever and you know and he doesn't have seed, hold on, let me see. If brethren dwell together and one of them die and have no child, the wife of the dead shall not marry without unto a stranger. Her husband's brother shall go in unto her and take take her to him to wife and perform the duty of a husband's brother unto her. So really the whole thing is just that, you know, like let's just say I die, right? Let's just say I die. Your brother, it was a custom that your brother would have a child. I got you, Mataza Pod, would have a child by your wife, and then they would name that child. You know, you name the child Tzion. So your name don't get blotted out. So your name don't get blotted out, right? So you get a son and name him Tzion. All right. Go ahead.
So is that literally like?
Yeah. That's how it was. Yeah, it's the law of a brother. Now if the brother do have kids, then no, you don't have to do that. You know what I mean? The woman, because he didn't. This is the context is if he didn't have any kids, if he doesn't have any sons, or he doesn't have any seed, that's the law of a brother.
Right. So she would literally have to, like, your blood brother, or just like somebody in your family, like from the same tribe.
No, the brother that just died.
Oh God.
The brother that just died, right? You would. It's called the law of a brother. You ever heard of that? See, look, when I asked did anybody have any questions, nobody had any questions.
No, I didn't think that it literally meant those.
Yes.
Literal brother.
Yeah.
Literal brother.
Yes. The law of a brother. Onan. Remember Onan? You remember Onan? The story of Onan? Where Onan he pulled out. Go ahead.
I say when people
Oh, you can talking to Mike.
People who have a messed up understanding of that, they'd be like, well, see, you can't, they'd be like, he did that because of masturbation or seed hitting the floor, and that wasn't the reason why he died.
Uh-huh.
He died because he didn't follow through
with the law.
That was the law.
The law of a brother. He was supposed to raise seed because it's so that your name don't get blotted out of Israel. So a son. So if I die, then your brother, say you got a wife, and I die. I died before we got a chance to have kids. I could have went to war, something like that, right? I could have done something like that. And then the law is that your brother would raise up seed in your honor. And he would, hey, this is Tzion. His name doesn't get blotted out. It's in the scriptures. Go ahead.
So what if you do that and you have a girl?
Then you gotta keep going.
Oh gosh.
You keep going. That's how it goes. You keep going. Right. It's real easy. You're gonna have to give up that tail. It's Israel, man. That's how it was. And you know what? And that's good too, man, because that's the Lord saying, you know what? We're not gonna let this brother's. You know, because that brother could have went out victorious fighting for the nation of Israel. You know, you never know what the circumstances could have been. You know what I'm saying? And this brother, you know, he's getting seed raised up in his honor. You know what I mean? So then now you got another little Tzion. You ever see a brother? A brother did it symbolically in the school. A brother who passed away in this. I think it was when Makatazal passed away in the school. Yeah, and a brother in the school had a son. A brother, you know, it didn't have anything to do with his wife or anything like that, but a brother in the school had his son, and he named him that. He named him after that brother. Yeah, he named him after, you know, the brother. And it's been other instances of that where, you know, brothers have. I think the one brother the one officer out of Louisiana, who I think it was Sarad, I believe, Officer Sarad. I could be jamming it up, Salakia. You know, if I sounded the brother's name wrong, if I said his name wrong. But when the brother passed away, they gave his son who came into the truth his name. You get what I'm saying? There you go. All right. Let's get it. Okay. All right, no sweat. So we're gonna go back to what was that? The hypocrites, right?
Frozen. Yeah.
Oh, you frozen?
Yeah, kind of. So I don't know what's going on.
All right, no sweat. We'll keep going.
I got it, I just can't pull it.
What was that one I wanted though? It was one that I wanted. Damn, I can't even think of the one that I wanted. It'll come back to me though. Do you remember that one that I wanted though? The one after that, I said it. I just kind of had it.
No, but I thought he said Obadiah, he cleared it.
No, because it was something that I thought off the top.
Yeah, it was about your house. You said something about your house.
Oh, yeah.
He be like, Yahweh said something.
You was talking about the pastors and stuff like that, and killing black people and all that. And Yahweh said, like, he must have said something that
he had a different way of bringing it back, so he said something.
I'm saying, I'm trying to jog your memory. He was talking about to keep the woman.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, no sweat. So it'll probably jog my memory. But go ahead and keep reading from where you was at, where you said the hypocrites. If you got it, if not, just read it. You don't got to put it on. If you can't scribe it, if it's frozen, don't worry about it. If you just read it.
Matthew 23. We have verse 14 now.
Mm-hmm. Talk the pot. You good to go?
Yeah.
All right, Rod just finding that out, huh? She was finding that law out today. Sure, read the Old Testament.
Same tribe. The same tribe, like same tribe of Judah. If your husband's a Judite, then another Judite can take care of that for him, or a Benjamite. They don't think that it's the actual blood brother.
But the example is own it.
Own it. Yeah. Who was here? Where was that? Okay, there you go. You got it.
Book of Matthew, chapter 23, verse 14. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you devour widows' houses, and for pretense make long prayer.
What does that mean? Pretense. Go ahead.
It's like, if I may, just doing it for show, just to be seen.
Definition of pretense.
What's the definition of pretend?
An attempt to make something that is not the case appear true. Go ahead.
Say if you want to seem like, say if you want to seem like you righteous or like what the world would say holy, you like how a Muslim would do. They sit out there out in front of the mosque instead of in the mosque and start calling everybody in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
you know how they start singing and look to the left. I said look to the left. Look to the right. Look to the left. You know how they do.
Yeah.
And it appears to be righteous. It appears to
like those Muslims,
that it's not like the definition says.
Those Muslims that be in Chicago, they go out to the basketball court. They go out to the basketball court and they make salat out there in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? They make that long. You ever see those pastors? They make that long prayer. You know what I mean? That long prayer, and just be like, just long. You know what I'm saying? That's the pretense. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Come on. Therefore, ye shall receive the greater damnation.
Right, because when you over the people, you're tasked with the job of teaching them the right way. You know what I mean? And teaching them what they should be doing and what they should not be doing. But if you're over them and you're not teaching them the right way, then, you're going to be the least in the kingdom of heaven. Matthew, the 5th chapter, will show you that. All right.
Verse 15. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye compass sea and land to make one proselyte.
What's that mean? Anybody? Go ahead.
country, other towns and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
To make like they go all over the country, all over the world, to different towns and cities to make another priest or to look for priests or something.
Yeah, but okay, but what's the significance of why Christ is saying that that's bad what they're doing? Remember, he's breaking down. He's saying, you can pass land and sea for one proselyte. All right, one again. Thank you.
Because it might not.
It's the okay. It's the. Anybody else? Yeah, you don't know.
You said it already.
Nah, but I'm saying, why is it bad? If Christ is breaking it down.
I would say because the person that you select may not be in the correct spirit to be a priest.
Not quite. Go ahead, sis.
When I Googled proselyte, because I didn't know what that meant, it says a person who has converted from one opinion, religion, or party to another.
Mm-hmm.
So if they go, abroad, more than likely they're converting someone of another religion or of another doctrine, or
I mean, you on it, but it's more so like think the purple faggots, right? Who go all the way to goddamn Afghanistan to try to find some Israelites.
Right.
When you got Israelites right here, just breaking into my goddamn car. You know what I mean? We got Israelites that's on the corner selling drugs. We got Israelites who are, breaking into people's houses. Israelites that are shooting up the block. You go way the hell over there trying to sift the nation of Israel. You try to look, hey, what talking about? He trying to sift the nation of Israel. God said he would sift the nation of Israel. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? So you go land and sea to just convert one Afghan into a goddamn Israelite. Or you go all the way to South Africa when you got black people, Hispanic people that are right here in the ghetto that we see every day.
Right.
You leave those niggas and say, well, forget that. I'm going to go way over to South Africa and do it. Or I'm going to go way over to New Zealand and find some, dude that's in the snow to try to make him an Israelite, to tell him he's an Israelite. You get my point? Like this is what churches do. Churches forget about the people that are right around you. They forget about those people. They could care less about the ghetto. But they will go over and try to proselytize, the doctor who lives in the suburbs. A white doctor who lives in the suburbs who got money so he can pay tithes. They will go over to that brother. I mean, not that brother, but that they will go to, Tyler Perry to get Tyler Perry in the church. But what about me? What about the brother that got all the tattoos on his face? They don't want him in the church because he doesn't look like he's a type of brother that would be fitting for this type of doctrine. You get my point? And that's what we do. You know what I mean? They always put on a game. You want to say something?
I was trying to think of remind you of the other scripture. Was it talking about looking at the sky? You said something about looking at the sky.
Yeah, the sky. There you go, man. Yeah, man. See that's that. What was that called? That see what's that? Lisinopril got out the door.
Tell everybody about that lisinopril.
Do not take lisinopril. Do not take lisinopril if you have high blood pressure.
Right.
Because they are trying to kill black people.
Damn right. Long-term death sentence.
Yeah.
I was taking it for years, sir, and it just now did it. Just now did it. Come.
And has it killed people before?
Cancer. She said when she took me back, she said it's life threatening. She said my life in danger.
Oh wow.
Yeah, cancer.
Wow, that's wild. Damn, Lord, the Lord was with you though, man.
Count God. Damn right.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
Damn, that's rough right there. You know what I'm saying? And the oppressor, he just prescribing it. He just he getting new book. He getting more books. He just prescribing it. Anybody black, just give him some of the Cinepril.
Right.
All right, and it's actually killing a lot of people.
Damn
wow. All that, all that prescribing stuff to people just so he can get an extra trip out the deal. Because that's what they do. Those we have one right. I know what I'm talking about. You know AstraZeneca, right? AstraZeneca, they have it's a drug manufacturer, right? And you know what they do, right? I did electrical work in there. You know what they do? They have mock doctor's offices. So that, and it's got cameras all in there, and they basically, that's how they train the drug reps to go into to talk to the doctors and tell them about the new drug that's coming on the market that just got approved by the FDA. And they say, hey, you should try this new thing or whatever. And then the doctor gets incentives for writing prescriptions for it. So the doctor gets, he gets trips, he gets a whole lot of incentives to just keep writing prescriptions and giving it to people. Go ahead.
And it wasn't until after I had this allergic reaction that I started hearing all the horror stories about how all the doctors be pushing this like Cinepril first for high blood pressure, because that's what our people fight, high blood pressure, and they push this like Cinepril on our people, telling them it's good for your high blood pressure, but. And somewhere down the line, you're gonna have an allergic reaction.
And I'll give you one more. Guess how they get it to the doctor? Guess how they get the doctor to accept it? They get a nice looking woman to do it. Those drug companies, they make sure they hire a woman who looks beautiful, and they give her the job, even though she might not have the experience or anything like that, but she has sex appeal.
Right.
And she's going into this doctor's office, dressed real nice. And she's going to say, hey, how you doing today? And that doctor's like, oh, shucks. You know what I mean? And then next thing you know, she's like, well, I wanted to, just give you a, just give you a free trial of our new medicine that's coming on. The medicine had some very good trials. You know what I mean? Very good trials, and all this, that, and that. And the doctor says, okay, I'll take it. And then they just give them a little bit of backstory on the drug and what it's been known to do, all that kind of stuff. And so really it's just the doctor is just taking he's just taking a shot. And so that's why when you come in there with high blood pressure, he says, well, you know what? We're going to go ahead and try you with some Cinepril because, it's been known to help. He's just telling you what that woman who came in there that told him to get it. And then she gets incentives for getting the doctors to take it. It's like they're just drug dealers.
Right.
The doctors are just drug dealers. And the government is the supplier.
Damn right.
And the FDA is just the people that just push it through so that it can get out on the market.
All about money. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all a big game. It actually mirrors. If you look at the drug game in like, say, corporate America, it mirrors the drug game on the streets. It's the same thing. It's, you know what I mean? Like even like down here on where on the east side of town where South Bridge is, right over on South Bridge when you cross, it's the water right there. Off to the side, it's a place called Naramco. Naramco is where they what you say? Naramco is where they what's that word called? Where the heroin poppy comes in there. Heroin comes in there, and they I can't think of the word, where they make it up. They process it. Yeah, they process the heroin into like OxyContin, oxycodone, all of that, right? And they process it there, and then guess what? it goes when they got everything ready and ready to go, they put it out to CVS and Walgreens. That's the drug houses. Same thing. Damn. And then people come in there like, I need something for my back. They're like, I got you, man. Here's 3 refills. 3 refills on some oxycodone. And that oxycodone, you got to watch it. Because when I got my surgery, I took one of those and your pain go away like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, whoa, these is nice. You know what I'm saying? But you can get addicted to them. So you got to be careful. All right, no sweat. So let me get that, the signs of the time. I think it was what? Mark, right?
Book of Luke 12 and 56.
Luke 12 and 56.
Ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky and of the earth.
Right. So when you come outside in the morning, you look at the sky. That's the first thing you say. Oh man, look like it's gonna rain today. Right? You look up, you're like, let me grab my umbrella because it looks like it's gonna rain today. Or you see that damn sky is red. You're like, man, it's probably gonna snow today. Right? You could any Negro could look at the sky and discern the sign of the day. Keep reading.
But how is it that ye do not discern this time?
Mm-hmm. Hold on. Did you get the one? Did you read the one? Is that the one where it say that it's day, or to say that it'll be fair weather, or is that the beginning of the verse?
Oh, okay.
I think that one might. I think because I know Luke is the same. Yeah, because I know Luke, Matthew, Mark. It's like different. Same story, but different.
You want Matthew chapter 16, verse 2?
Yeah, Matthew 16. That's the one I wanted, though.
He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say, it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. Mm-hmm. And in the morning, it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. Mm-hmm. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but ye cannot discern the signs of the times.
And we just cannot do that for some reason. That's just, everybody can go outside and can tell what the weather going to be, but you can't even discern what the times is, man. We about to get taken for another okie doke again.
Right.
Another okie doke again. We about to vote for Joe Biden again. You know what? Charlemagne said something heavy. He said they spent $1.7 trillion on a fighter jet. He said, just look at black people as the jet.
Oh, one jet?
One jet. The jets is crazy amounts of money. You know what I mean? On the jets that the money they spend on the jets, the money they spend on, defense is just, you couldn't even, it's crazy. But they will spend money on that, but they won't give nothing to black people. And it's clear, you know what I mean? But we will keep trying to play the game because at some point we feel like we'll be able to convince them one day. Go ahead, Mataz Bob.
It's almost like the lottery. You know what I'm saying? It's like we keep playing the lottery, hoping that we're going to hit one day. But
one day we'll win. One day, right?
You go through so many days losing. Say like if you do get a bone thrown at you, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. Like the general brought that out. Like
$1,200 stimulus. You like, yes.
Yeah, the general brought that out. Like you like. Black people, we be like, yeah, we can sit on the front of the bus. Yeah. But what do we have to go through to sit on the front of the bus? Right. We had to get dog sicked on us, locked up, beat up, all kinds of stuff, killed. And then now, after we even got beat up and killed and then, held back in all kinds of legislation, then we like, yeah, we can sit on the front of the bus now. But what did you have to do to sit on the front of the bus? You got to lose more to gain, you know what I mean? So,
right. So, so if they would have spent that, how much you said? 12.
Yeah, like trillions of dollars. Trillions. Yeah, they spent that on defense. They would have
invested that into black people.
Yeah,
they would have made triple, double, quadruple fold off of us because we would have spent it right back on.
Right, because
America destroyed.
America can't be equal. They can never raise the conditions of black people in America, ever, because it would go against white supremacy. If they ever did that and leveled it up, it could never work that way, because in a system of capitalism, you have to have poor people in the system for it to work. Because if everybody was good, then that would be not socialism. What's that one? Communism.
This is communist though.
Yeah. Okay.
I got the Communist Manifesto. Salagas is sidebar. I got the Communist Manifesto at home, and when you read the Communist Manifesto, a couple of them is already, you can see that here.
Yeah, it's like socialist. It's all of that, but you have to. But this is a capitalist society, so it's a constant competition between everybody. But in order for it to work, you have to have a large pool of poor people at the bottom, right? That gets exploited. So if everybody is not at the bottom, if there's nobody at the bottom, then it doesn't work. But but also in that integration, you know what I mean, for the capitalist system to work, you have to have power behind you for you to be in position. So Chinese people, they can be integrated into a system of capitalism because they have power that backs them, and that's China. Right. You know what I mean? Japanese, they got Japan. You know, every nation in this earth, they have power behind them so that they can join in the system and not get, for lack of better words, beat up. You know what I mean? In that coming together, right? But with us, we're in the system without no power at all. So by default, you automatically go to the bottom. You know what I mean? You automatically don't have a shot. You just automatically end up on the bottom. And that's just and so it probably would have been better. It would have been better, not probably. It would have been better if we didn't focus on focus on civil rights. We should have focused on like military. Focused on getting a seat at the UN. You see what I'm saying? But since we don't have that, every nation on the earth has a seat in the UN, except black people. You know who's in our seat? Joe Biden. Instead of Christ. You know my point? And if we were able to understand that, then we would be a lot better off. And we won't keep playing the same game. And, you know, you're going to get a bunch of people. I'm going out. This voting season, I'm going out and I'm talking to the people that trying to get people to sign up to vote. I want to go talk to them. I'm going to make a video out of this. Y'all stay tuned. I'm going to make a video because I want to ask them, why do they continue to go out and get people to vote? Did anything happen from the last vote? No. Did anything change from the last vote that we took? No. Right. So why do they continue? Like, what? I want to get into the mind of what it means to be a person that's signing people up to vote. Like, what is it in your mind that makes you believe that something is going to happen when clearly we see that nothing ever happens after you get black people to go out and vote? I just want to see it. All right. So somebody said, Maria said, she said, yes, I used to take that. I literally was choking while trying to sleep, and people can suffocate in their sleep and didn't know it. People, man.
Yeah, it's what. Yeah, concert. That's what it was doing to me. It was closing me up. It swelled me up. Swelled me all up. I was on my. The doctor was like, "Do you usually talk like that?" I was like, "No, I don't usually talk like this." It was closing my airways up. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. Let me get Psalms 10 and 8. What you say?
Good thing he stopped taking it.
Damn right.
You caught it and you wasn't asleep.
Yeah, good concert.
Because, you know, brothers don't go to the hospital. They don't go to the doctor.
You know, wake up.
Like, it's good.
Feel a little something.
Like, look, I just got to drink some ginger. I just got to drink some ginger ale. Hey, look. You got to go like this. Drink some ginger ale, go like this.
That's the cure-all. I need some ginger ale.
Hey, look, we give each other medicine, huh? Right. Like, look, man, you giving them prenatal pills. It's like, yeah, I got these prenatal pills from a sister in the school, man. She said these should work out for me. I'm like, nah, man, go to the doctor, man. All right, you got it.
Down concept. The book of Psalms, chapter 10, verse 8. Mm-hmm. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages.
That's the oppressor, man. They sit in the lurking places, man, where they can easily pop out on you, and you don't even know. Right? Read on.
In the secret places doeth he murder the innocent.
That's Tyrekus Atwood, man. In the secret places in this thing was the damn woods. You know what I'm saying? Where this brother was, trying to get away. That's where he was at. That's the lurking places, man, where he can swoop in and kill the brothers that are innocent. Keep going.
His eyes are privily set against the poor.
Right, because who the hell is going to know? Who's going to care that this young brother is missing? You know what I mean? Surely the news don't care because we had to find out through TikTok. That's why they hate TikTok. They hate TikTok because it moves so fast. They're able to share so much information, and they hate it. Right? Read on.
Verse 9. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. Mm-hmm. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. Mm-hmm. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. Mm-hmm. He crouches and humbleth himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones.
By his strong ones. So, that's like, all right, so let me flip it. Like, let's say like the police chief. His strong ones are the officers that go out in the street and patrol you. That's his strong ones. You know what I'm saying? The oppressor who goes out, in that county in Mississippi, his strong ones are those racists that go out and do these types of things like this. You know what I'm saying? They go out and they oppress the poor, and you know what? And the crazy thing is, I don't even know how people can even not be in the truth in this day and age, because it's like, how can you compartmentalize these things in your brain to like actually make some sense out of it? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, okay, you see these things happening, and you see it all the time, and we talk about it when we go out to camp and things like that. But you just somehow thinks it's not. It's just racist only because those people are racist, and you try to relegate it to something that's not systemic or something like it, and the craziest thing is people think that racism has to do with just attitude. This person just don't like me because just their attitude, and racism is not. It's way more deeper than that. It's way more ingrained into the fabric of America, and we don't understand that as Black people, because the people that are in charge of Black people at this point don't teach us the right things to keep us safe. All right? Any more on that? I just got like 2 more and I'll be done with it.
Unless you want it 10.
All right, let's hear it.
Verse 10. He crouches and humbleth himself that the poor may fall. I read that one, I think. All right,
let me get Zechariah 11:5.
Zechariah 11:5. Mm-hmm. The book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
That's what they do. All the time. They keep. Oh my God. This. What I hate. The one thing I hate. Well, not that I hate necessarily, but just the one thing that it's just so redundant that you hear is, they're not going to get away with this.
Yeah.
We're going to get justice for this one. They're not going to get away with that. We're definitely going to get justice. No, you're not. You're not going to get no justice at all. That's why we didn't get justice for Trayvon, didn't get none for Alton Sterling, didn't get none for Sandra Bland, didn't get none for Breonna Taylor, didn't get none for, the list goes on and on. Antoine Rose, Sean Bell, we can go all the way back. What? Sean Bell, that's the 90s. Still ain't getting no justice for nobody. We keep saying it. We're gonna get justice. Even the Botham Jean case didn't get no justice. She got a 10-year sentence.
No, sir.
She's about to get out.
Probably.
Yeah, she's about to get out. She was down. When you get 10 years, you're not gonna do the whole 10. You're gonna get good time, and she's gonna be out. I'm telling you right now, Amber Geiger is probably in like a work camp somewhere. She's probably in the work camp. She probably leaves off the property every day and go and do some work or whatever in the town. And she's probably on a unit of ex-cops, you know what I mean, or ex-judges or, PC. She's not in general population. She probably got a great amount of snacks and commissary because, she probably got supporters. Yeah, supporters who sending money up there, put money on her books. Right. And she's going to be home in no time. She got 10 years for going and killing that brother while he was at home eating ice cream. That's what we live in, man. That's why it's so important, man, that when you come into the truth, you stay in the truth. You don't let it fade away. Damn, so many people, they let it fade away because you don't agree with something, or you just feel like, well, I can't do this. A lot of people come into the truth, right? You come into the truth because you think Christ is going to return next week. You know what I'm saying? It's like in your mind, you're like, well, he definitely should come back because it's so much stuff going on right now. So he should definitely come back by the year 2023, the end of the year 2023. You know what I'm saying? But then when you realize, man, you know better, man. She out there, man. All right. So, you think that, but when you realize, when you get into the truth, you understand that the truth is not a sprint; it's a marathon, and it goes years by year by year. You know how many prophets prophesied that Christ was going to be here and didn't see it? Right. You know what I'm saying? How many brothers, came into this truth that passed away and didn't see Christ's return, and that could very well be the truth for all of us. Right. We might be sitting here saying Christ is going to return, Christ is going to return, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. And you might not see it. But you got to stay down and endure what? Till the end. Go ahead, sis.
Amber Geiger it says she will be eligible for parole next year, 2024.
That fast. Eligible for parole, and she's gonna get parole. Right. She's not gonna get hit at the board, because when you get hit at the board, you gotta sit for another 2 years, and then you go back up to the board again. She's not gonna get hit at the board because she's probably teaching classes or doing something where she's a positive, inmate, and they're gonna be like, look, just go ahead and get out of here, and she's gonna go home on parole and be home with her family eating cereal, But And that's the justice, because we don't understand what justice is here. So, we throw it around, just like we throw justice around like no justice, no peace. Ain't y'all tired of that? I'm tired of hearing that. Yeah. No justice, no peace. Like, come on. You know what the no peace is? Them saying that. That's the no peace. The no peace is them saying no justice, no peace. Out in the streets protesting, that's the no peace part. Because I always wondered, I was like, well, what's the no peace part? No justice, no peace. So we don't get justice, so where's the no peace part? The no peace part is actually while we're out there saying it. That's the no peace. All right, no sweat. Let me get Zephaniah, let me see. Among the nations thou shalt find no ease. Let me get I got two more. It is Deuteronomy 28 and 65. And then let me get Zephaniah 2 and 1.
Okay.
And we'll end it there.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 65. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease. Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest.
That's us here. We don't have no ease. You got black people that are mass shooters now.
Yeah.
What's going on, man? You know what that is? That's oppression. Yeah. That's oppression. We turn it into white people. That's who we are. Like, it was a story. I know that they didn't put this on the news either. It was a Hispanic brother riding around on a damn scooter in New York City shooting people with a damn, he had a handgun. He was just shooting people riding around the Bronx. And then they arrested him or whatever. But we Hispanics never did that. We never was no shooters go to a mall. Remember the cat in Philly went around shooting? He shot like 5 people in Philly, killed like some people, shot kids and everything. A black guy. We never did that. We done been under this oppression for so long. We starting to turn into shooters now.
He was a
school shooters.
cross-dresser, right?
Yeah, they're making it hard for us to have camp now. They're making it hard for us to have camp now. I remember when we used to be camp, when we used to go to camp and we could say, man, y'all, the oppressor, y'all be shooting up schools. The oppressor, y'all some school shooters. Yeah. And we would have, ground with that. Now they be like, y'all shoot up stuff too.
Right.
Y'all shoot up, y'all. What about the guy who shot up Philly? Right. What about the guy he was shooting in New York? What about the Mexican guy who went and shot the school up? Yeah. It's crazy. But we shall find no ease, man, because we've been here so long, man, and it's time for us to get up out of here. But we have to do the right things and take the right steps so that we can. All right, let me get it said that we find no ease. Let me get Zephaniah 2:1, and we'll go and end it right there.
Book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Mm-hmm. This is what everybody should understand. I know this is bedrock, ISUPK scripture right here, bedrock. You know what I mean? But we got to say it. Go ahead.
Gather yourselves together.
Mm-hmm.
Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Man, maybe if Tyrekus Atwood, man, would have knew this scripture. Maybe if, Sandra Bland and Breonna Taylor, you know what I mean, would have knew this scripture. What if the leadership actually was able to, teach this scripture? What if the stinking pastors was able to do that? Then maybe we wouldn't be in a situation that we always seem to never get out of. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures say for us to gather together, O nation not desired, because we're not desired by anybody. And until we change, man, we're going to stay in this mess. And this is why brotherhood and sisterhood is so important. That's why anything that you might got going on between a sister or between a brother, man, work it out. Don't be a punk behind the scenes talking trash, and then we got to find and see your text messages. Yeah, your text messages will make it out into the council. Right. So don't think that your text messages are safe. Don't think that you can make a goddamn pact with Satan. Damn right. And your text messages are safe, because they will come out. And you're right. And guess who's going to read them? Guess who the secret is going to be with your text messages? Guess who they're going to be between? You, the sister, General Muhammad, me, and all 7 of the generals, and Captain Talbor. Everybody is going to see your text messages. So if you got a problem, work it out. Stop being a punk. Stop going behind the scenes. Stop, what's that word called? Stop being a goddamn punk. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, stop doing that. You know what I mean? Go to your brothers, go to your sisters, man. If you a brother, man, you got an issue, man, you go to your brother and you work it out. Don't get out the truth, man, and don't leave the truth and then try to, because we coming for your jacket. We coming for your cover, and we gonna hang it up in here, and we gonna hang it up. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna go up on the ceiling where there is no honor up there on the ceiling. There's no honor on the ceiling. So, that's what the class is about, man. It's about brotherhood, about sisterhood. We talk about these issues every single week. I get to go out and talk every week on the streets. I get to unload every week. So, if you a brother out there that have a lot of, tension built up, and you want to, be able to go out there and get some of that pressure off, man, then join the ISUPK. You know what I mean? And we go out every week, and we're going to go out there until you turn into a skeleton. Right. We're going to be out there until you turn into a damn skeleton. You're going to beg to stay home. What you say? Yeah, we're gonna go out, man. We're gonna go out to camp until Christ comes back. And then only then we'll be done. All right. With that being said, I'm gonna turn the class over to Priest and Officer Mataziel. Let me get some shine.
ISUPK security announcements. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When new brothers and sisters come to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the heads. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in Hebrew, ma'ashara. That's 10%, every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Priest funds, free will offering for the priests. It's not mandatory. It's whatever amount you like to donate. We have upcoming Holy Convocation, which is the memorial of blowing the trumpets, September 15th. That's on a Friday. And it will be held in 202 North DuPont Boulevard in Smyrna, Delaware. If you're here in Delaware, make sure you come out. All right. We got the Midwest Fire Weekend coming up. That's this weekend, right?
Yeah.
This weekend. If you're going out, make sure you get there and make sure you check out Commander Journey Yohana's lecture. If you're not able to go, still donate.
If you on any medications, make sure you take your medications out there. Make sure you pay attention to your health while you out there. And any allergies you may have, if I could slide.
Sir. One time.
Yeah.
All right. And we got the cookout in what is
New York.
Where's it gonna be?
That's gonna be in Marcus Garvey Park.
Marcus Garvey Park. That's coming up in August.
Yeah, in August.
All right. So that's gotta be the next event. All right. If anyone wants to be a trooper in school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that being said, Minister Israel, Elijah. Shabbat. Elijah. Barak. Yahweh SARS means the term. We're going to give Sister Courtesy salute. Sister Amijah. Man of Israel, Amijah Shabbat. Amijah. Barak.
Yahweh Shema, Thamba, Shin Yahushua.
Yahweh Matah. Class dismissed.
All right.